know I got you on this one. I know I got you on this one. I'm not even going to need any cards. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to America. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I am DB Frick. This is Mille Micheals. And tonight's theme is Vegas.
Yeah,
we're celebrating all things Vegas. We got some Vegas stuff, Vegas info for you. We got our Vegas display, Vegas chips, Vegas cards, Vegas cigars.
Yeah.
We also got some Vegas news.
Yeah.
What's going on in Vegas? What do we got going down over there?
Well, you know, when you get off the plane in Vegas, you get dehydrated immediately. Water is just sucked out of the body. It's so dry in the desert.
It's
amazing.
Like 116 degrees sometimes.
So, 125. So some people, they like to get therapy, like a cold therapy, like a cryotherapy. Yeah. So there was this girl in Las Vegas who, this is where she worked, and she would help other people get into it. But at night, when everybody was gone, she got into it herself with no one helping her. See, generally everybody helps you. No. She went in because she wanted to fix her skin because she was so needing to glow. And, well, you know what? 2 days later, they found her. She was like a burnt sock in the freezer.
Dead.
She was gone.
That machine looks like a death machine, by the way. That machine that you just showed before that. Now at least she was sort of like going in the same direction as Walt Disney too. So they have something in common.
Yes, and you know what? She had icicles all over. She looked pretty, but
like something out of Frozen.
You have to have a friend.
You do.
You
really do.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but in Nevada, there's a place called Area 51.
Area 51,
yes, a top secret government facility, by Nellis Airport. That a lot of people, conspiracy theories say that it's a place where they house alien artifacts and even spaceships, from New Mexico. People are constantly seeing things up in the sky. Is that amazing? But you can't get around Area 51. It's highly patrolled.
Yeah, they were supposed to last year. They were going to be like 100,000 people were going to raid it all at the same time.
Yeah.
But like all those people are gone now.
They disappeared. So if you're losing, just go outside. Go look in the sky. Maybe you'll see some UFOs. And then you can maybe find money on the floor. By
the way, all UFO means is unidentified flying object, which doesn't, like anything in the sky to me is unidentified. I don't know what anything in the sky is.
Well, that's nice.
What else is going on out on the boulevard, Las Vegas
Boulevard?
Las
Vegas Boulevard, baby. It's always packed. There's always people
packed. Always trouble.
And it seems like there's a Batman that's always he's always beat down on Las Vegas Boulevard. Oh. He always has a problem with something. Here he is. He's like, what are you doing?
He's the Adam West Batman. That's the Adam West Batman.
Michael Keaton. He's grabbing his pajamas because he wants to tell the guy to get the hell out of his face, and then things just break loose. He's beating the crap out of him.
Wow. So Batman attacks the guy. Pretty intense.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He literally has his foot in Batman's face.
Oh, he was punching him good.
He's screaming, Bane!
People were saying, Batman tripping.
And that's like Batman looks in that last picture. He looks like he's totally disgraced and embarrassed and he failed.
He stumbled away. It was terrible. But this happens all the time.
Yeah, no, there's always a Batman fight. I remember, and even in Times Square in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a Batman selling drugs to an Elmo.
How different, right?
And it was like right behind him, and I saw Elmo take it. It was weird.
Yeah, and that naked cowboy, right? He helps, he carries.
Who's been rooming with me, by the way?
I don't know.
He's been rooming with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have a lot of pictures about, what Vegas was like.
Yeah,
Vegas has changed a lot over the years.
Yes.
So these pictures that we have, this is from 1960 right here.
Yes.
This picture is of
Las Vegas Boulevard.
Las Vegas Boulevard,
yes.
And there's only 2 hotels. You see the Dunes and the Bonanza, and I remember the Dunes being blown up. I remember seeing the video of that being blown up.
Yes, I think I was there, and I really saw it.
Yeah, really? Yeah, maybe you did. That's fine. But you also noticed no traffic.
No traffic.
There's no traffic.
No
traffic.
No traffic. Next picture, let's see.
And then Vegas today.
Oh, it's so pretty. Look at all the red lights.
They also took the sun away.
They took the sun away, right?
There's no sun in Vegas.
Because they want you to see it. Look at all the people looking to go gamble and lose money and have a drink.
That's a lot of electricity You
That
know,
is.
it's a lot of light and
A lot of neon action.
there's a lot that went on in Vegas, though. There's a lot of things that go down in Vegas.
Oh,
The
there's a lot
shows.
that goes down.
Some
in
of the best
Vegas.
shows that I've ever seen in my life were in Vegas.
Yeah.
This is Maxine. Maxine Maxwell. And she's with a tiger. She's training. She's trained this Bengal tiger. That's what people would go to Vegas to see.
Yeah, well, they didn't know what was going to happen, so they put the female out there, and and everything was fine. Look at the guys in the back; they don't even know they could. They
have no idea that
clawed
band.
to death.
Then, years later, it's nice to see that some jobs that women were getting in the '60s, men started getting in the '90s and '80s, and this is Siegfried and Roy, and we know how that ended.
Yeah, that did not work out that well.
No,
not at all.
It ended in a cartoon
but they're
on
adorable.
ABC.
They're so cute.
But the tigers or the guys?
The tigers.
Oh yeah, tigers are adorable. They're kitties.
The guys are okay.
They're,
I'm sorry.
I would love to hug a tiger. You got caught up in how cute the tigers are?
I did.
That's okay. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on in Vegas too. Like you can see, this is showgirls. We got some showgirls here.
They're dressed up like Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah, they got a lot of clothes. It's a lot of clothes.
That's very sexy back then.
Very, very.
And now Mary found a couple of lambs.
Yeah.
And
she found all her cloth from the clothes in that previous picture coming off of her arms.
Yes.
It's very Showtime at the Apollo. That's what that
very
reminds
pretty.
me of.
Nice tan. That that's not from Vegas because you would just be bright.
But it just changed so much. It's so much more about sex and sexier and
yes.
And glitz and glamour are part of it too. But people are like, they used to do this.
What the heck is this?
My grandmother would gamble blackjack for 8 to 10 hours in a night. I cannot imagine her sitting in a pool for 8 to 10 hours. She would be pruned.
Right, and you know what? Look, they're smoking. He's shuffling. He's got stuff. Look at this one lady. I think while she's waiting for the shuffle, she's making pee-pee.
Yeah, there's also a cigarette tray on there, so they're actually smoking in the pool. It means you've got to keep your arms like this the whole time, like a doctor almost.
Very, very interesting.
But things changed in Vegas over the years.
Yeah, they get air conditioning, and now you go inside, and you gamble inside.
No, you gamble inside. We don't gamble outside anymore.
No, I don't care. Well, I do at family get-togethers.
You know I have you beat, right?
No,
I got you beat here.
No.
Yeah, we got to make some bets.
Wasn't there,
I'm going all in.
We didn't see the other pictures, though.
We got some more pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, this is what it's like today. That's right.
This is what it's like.
This is what it's like today. This is what people are like plastic, like they're plastic around a whole thing, masks on,
yes.
Ultraviolet probably
and while you're waiting for them to shuffle, you could like go, like, you put the fogging and you could draw things.
I would definitely have my own little spray bottle and wash it off all the time.
We can work with it.
Yeah, we can work with it. They could even give those away. And then slot machines in the water. Look at that.
Wow.
3 slots on 3 slots.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
There's the slots with this. Oh, I don't want to say it.
Every once in a while.
And then here's the slot zombies. Now we don't know who's a slot.
No action, nothing. No, they're just sitting, pressing the button.
All right. Well, I'm putting in 500.
All right. What do you got though? I'm gonna call that, and I'm gonna raise you 1,000, and I can already tell that you don't have enough.
I need money, Russ, Richie, Randy.
Rocky.
Rocky.
Hey, thanks, Rocky.
Thank you.
It's still Ross.
Okay, Russ. Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
You're the best. And you know what, Mama? I got you these gummies from the dispensary in Vegas when I was there. You go ahead. You don't tell nobody where you got them, all right, baby?
Yeah.
You take it easy.
You're a good
I'll see
kid.
you later. Yeah.
We like you.
Yeah,
That's
we
why.
like you. On the down low, on the down low. Get me a gin and tonic. What do you want?
Same.
Okay.
Same, but make it 3.
All right. So now.
Oh, you're just gonna go. That's how you're gonna do it. All right. I know I got you beat. Do it.
Yeah. What do you got?
What do I got? You got to show your cards first.
I got a full house, baby. I got queens over 8.
Oh well. You think you got me?
Yeah.
I got 4 aces.
Where?
Boom.
Yeah. Boom. What's this?
That's an ace.
Toilet paper.
Got 3
What is
aces
it?
and that.
Oh, no, it's paper.
Oh my God! I have no idea what this is all about.
Get the hell out of here.
This was that work of that intern.
Yeah,
he
what's
did
that
this.
for?
I would never do this. I never cheat at anything.
Oh, yeah, no.
Never cheat at this. I want my money back.
Yeah, okay, go to the bank.
I want my money
Go
back.
to the bank. Go to the ATM.
No, Bobby, she won't give me my money. I want my money back.
Oh, my God. Go get therapy. Who's on? Who's on this week? I don't know.
We have John Joseph, It's a really funny comedian. It's going to be on after this. I want my money. That was rent. I also have tonight, we have a great comedian in Gregg Vaccariello.
Gregg Vaccariello, John Joseph.
Who Millie interviewed. So stay tuned and check it out.
I
want my money back. I'm taking
the hell out of here.
Want my
Get
money.
the hell out of here. Where's my gin and tonic?
Newborn, Caucasian female, 5-6 pounds tops.
Toss down the sewer.
If the water been any higher, little tyke can wash out to the East River.
There's no obvious trauma. ME here yet?
En route, but the guy that found us a doctor knows a thing or two. Endocrinologist.
Actually, I'm an entomologist.
I was studying larval activity.
She said Singapore. Maybe I overreacted.
No appointment at Bliss.
She do anything before she left? And maybe look outside.
No. Her pager went off. It was clipped to her purse.
Her pager went off right after he went into the back.
This town needs a hero. But not the sandwich kind. I'm talking about a real man with a cape.
Detective Commander Bert Stutter, the grizzled veteran.
Where were you?
The greatest detectives the city has to offer.
Where were you on December 12th?
He's got no pulse.
That's a prosthetic arm.
Ew!
Freeze, mother suckers!
Okay. Hey, don't shoot! Don't shoot! Just take the money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, give me your money.
Okay.
And your jewelry, too. No.
All right.
No. Hurry up, pumpkin ass.
Relax.
I'm not playing games. Give it up.
Okay. All right.
Ha! Oh! 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 He hit me, Frankie. I'm leaving.
Wait, you're not going anywhere, you scumbag, till the police get here.
Frankie?
What's the problem?
And President Bush met with the Prime Minister of Italy yesterday. The Prime Minister does not speak English, so President Bush hired a translator. I don't know where they get these translators. Take a look.
Di questo Columbus Day mi dà l'opportunità di rendere omaggio.
He says, how you doing? Thanks for the invite.
La nostra amicizia è un'amicizia speciale.
Yeah, he says Italy and the U.S. with tight. Paisans. Capisce?
Non solo mio personale con il presidente Bush.
He says, come see him in Italy sometime. The women. Oh!
Hey, excuse me. We're in the middle of a show here. Who are you?
My name's Vito. Sorry to interrupt, Craig, but this guy over here, Mr. Winkler, is a debt to my boss. I need to break his legs.
Vito. Henry Winkler is a good friend of mine. I'm not letting you break his legs on the air.
Thank you very much.
You'll have to do it during the commercials, Vito. Henry Winkler and the lovely Vito, everybody. We'll be right back.
Sweetheart, still waiting on that pie.
Coming.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to America. This is Mille Micheals. I'm having a wonderful day today because I'm going to be introducing a very funny Las Vegas comedian who travels on land and sea. You might know him. His name is Gregg Vaccariello. Welcome, Gregg.
Hello, Millie.
It's so nice.
And everyone.
So nice to see you. Hysterical you are. You are. Okay, let's get right into it.
Sure.
So, you're one of 6 children, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is correct, Millie.
That is correct. Did you have funny parents, or were the kids just funny, or?
Yeah, with 6 kids, you got 6 different personalities,
But yeah, a couple of us were funny and a couple not so much. But yeah, I think when you got 6 kids, you have to kind of be funny a little bit just to get by, you know?
Yes, definitely. And so you can get food,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So now, in school, will you teach as pet, or were you class clown, or nightmare, or what? How would you describe you?
I was not class clown. Definitely not. I was not a nightmare. I think I was just probably, a kid at school. I don't think I was never a teacher's pet, but I think I did what I did my schoolwork, messed around a little bit, never got in trouble, but I might not have been the best kid ever.
When was the first time you entertained anyone, whether it was at home or at school?
Oh, gosh. I think the first time that I can recall doing anything was in third grade in the school play. Yeah. And you know what? I think I played a cop in some play. I don't know. I don't know.
Stereotype going from back then.
Yeah, I know, right? So I think I played a cop. It wasn't a big role, but I remember getting a laugh. And I don't know what I did or why because it wasn't funny, but I got a laugh.
You are just naturally, you just make people laugh. You just have, you have a good face. Huh?
I call this, Millie, the moneymaker right here.
It is.
This is the moneymaker. You don't want to cover it up. This is the moneymaker right here. That's why I try to wear a shield and not a mask. I don't want to deprive people of the moneymaker.
Always thinking of others, Greg. That's wonderful.
That's true, yes.
Now, when was the first time you did stand-up? How did that all come about?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think probably like a lot of stand-ups, I thought about it because I would see stand-ups on TV and go, how do you do that? But I never thought it was something I would ever do. And then I, excuse me, I started taking an acting class with John Monteleone. And in that class, I met Gary Valentine.
Very funny.
Gary is, oh my God, total package, talent, funny, great guy, great actor, great comedian, all that. And he said to me, you should start hanging out at the comedy clubs with me. You're funny, and you should take an improv class that I take. And so I did. I went with him one night to East Side Comedy Club, Richard Minervini's club.
Was that in Huntington?
I was in Huntington.
Huntington?
Yeah, I was in Huntington. And I took a class with Joan St. Ange. And it was great. I mean, I got on stage and I got to meet great people. In that class, I met, Gary was there already. I met Kevin James, Rock Rubin. I mean, some people who did really well.
What about Adam Ferrara? Was he doing that?
Adam was not in that class. He didn't take that. I don't know if he took it before I got there, but Adam was not in the improv class that I took. But one night we would do a show every Wednesday night at Eastside Comedy Club. We would do a show, and there would be some stand-ups, and we would do improv at the end. So I met Adam there. He would always be doing a show, doing stand-up, and one night, I think I had been thinking about doing stand-up, and I believe Gary said to Joan, who would host the show, bring up Vaccariello, let him do a few minutes. So I did. She brought me up. I was I wasn't expecting it. I got through 2 or 3 minutes, which seemed like an eternity then. And that was it. And I started doing stand-up.
Like, what material did you use?
I don't know. I think I was thinking about doing stand-up. So I had something in mind. You know what I mean, Millie? Like, yeah. I think, okay, maybe I can make fun of this or whatever. And I just kind of went up and riffed for a few minutes. I did okay, but I got the bug. I got the bug.
Sure.
So yeah. So I went ahead and continued doing open mics on Long Island and started getting work. But that was the first time I ever did it. Was was that night at Eastside Comedy Club. And then, of course, I would go to Governors and Chuckles and
Sure.
Warriors and the Brokerage. It was such a great scene then on Long Island. All the
Yes.
clubs and all those people that were working and great comics, Joey Cola. I mean, geez, Dan Wills. I mean, all these people that are just phenomenal comics that I got to watch.
Very funny, all of them.
Oh my
And
God,
then,
great.
And from there, then you moved to Florida, Boca.
I moved to Florida because there was a lot of work there, and I thought I could really work on my act. Anyway, yeah, I was in Florida for like 4 years, and then moved back to Long Island. I started doing the clubs on Long Island again. John Truson was booking me in clubs he was booking, and all that kind of stuff. And got a lot of work. Traveled all over the place. Went out to L.A. For a few weeks, which I would do a couple times a year. Wound up getting on to the King of Queens.
Very funny. I saw you there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun and great experience. And then I know she won't remember it, but Leah Remini convinced me to move to L.A. I did. I was there for 4 years in L.A. Met my now ex-wife, who was living in Vegas. I moved to Vegas.
Somewhere, Greg. Gotta meet him somewhere.
Gotta meet him somewhere. That's true. Yeah.
So now, you did a lot of comedy on Long Island. I mean, not just Long Island, all over the United States. And then you did cruise ships. And then you also did such a wonderful thing. You performed for the troops in Iraq, which
Oh, yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that.
Well, it was my pleasure. It was a great experience. It's going to be, I think January is going to be 11 years since I was there.
Well,
And,
how did you get involved with that?
Well, I was doing a show in upstate New York, up by Lake Ontario Playhouse. And there was that's near Fort Drum, I think it is. And one of the soldiers, a retired guy, whatever, was in the audience. And he said to me after the show, "Have you ever done shows for the troops?" I said, "No, I would love to, because I'll see if I can hook you up." And he did. He was friends with this woman named Judy Seal. And Judy has a company called Stars for Stripes. And she books shows for the troops all around the world.
Wow.
And so she contacted me and said, "Would you like to come to Iraq?" And I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to go to Iraq. I mean, who doesn't?
Me, I don't want to go.
Yeah, great scenery, and beachfront property. So I said yes. So I went in January of, it might have been 2010. Anyway, and January, and which is the best time of year to go to Iraq. It's just gorgeous.
I heard.
Beautiful. And so I went over there and I worked with a band called Lone Star.
Love Lone Star.
And they are the greatest guys in the world that you'll ever meet. Super nice guys. Funny story. I went over there to work with them. I was living in LA. And so Judy flew me from LA to DC. Then we all met in DC, and we flew from DC to Kuwait City. And then from Kuwait City, we took military transport into Iraq. So I flew to DC, met up with everyone. She introduced me to the band, and then she was busy because she's arranging everything, get everybody together.
Wow.
And then we all got on the plane and flew from DC, first class, by the way,
nice,
all the way to Kuwait City. And I thought the guys in Lone Star were being kind of a little bit standoffish with me. And I thought, whatever. We get to Kuwait City, and we get off the plane, we meet there in the terminal, everybody gets together, a whole big group of people. Finally, I go up to the band, and I'm like, "Hey guys, I just wanted to say hello again. I'm working with you this week." They're like, "What do you mean you're working with us?" I said, "Well, I'm opening up for you guys on the tour." And they're like, "You're our comedian?" I'm like, "Yes." They said, "We thought you were security. You were kind of being a jerk." And I'm like, I said, "I'm from New York. That's not me being a jerk. It's just being from New York." They're like, "Oh my God." And then after that, we was just nonstop laughter. They just thought I was like some security guy.
That is so funny.
They're like, "Are you funny? Because you don't seem funny." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be funny on stage. Don't worry about it."
That is so funny.
Yeah, it was great. Great experience.
So now you're an actor, a writer, a producer. You wrote Big Heat back in 2013. It's a 9-minute short. Val DiRico, you're a retired NYPD officer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I was impressed with Captivating Carla back in 2017. It's a rom-com, full length. I love the poster. It just has your essence so much in that robe. How can we see? You have to find out how I can see that, or how anyone else could see that. That full length.
Well, I didn't write that. My friend B. Broda wrote that with her writing partner.
He has you down as a writer, just so you know. IMDb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you are like Kojak.
Oh, listen, you need to put your picture on there too. So do that on the IMDb. You know
I thought I did. Okay, I'll have to look. I'll have to check that out because I didn't write that. So I'll look that up. B. Broda wrote that with her partner and thought I'd be perfect to play her love interest. And that was a blast. That movie was a blast to shoot. We shot it in Palm Springs. I mean, you know, you want to shoot a movie, go to Palm Springs. I mean, my God, it's gorgeous. And it was just so much fun. It was my first full feature-length film, and I loved every second of it. It was really great.
That's
really
wonderful.
great.
I'm sure that it's really good. I would love to see it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Now, I know that you're during this pandemic, because you live in Las Vegas, you have dates that people can come and see you. You're at Jokesters in Las Vegas, November 19th to the 29th, and you're also at the Laugh Factory in January 14th to the 17th. So if I ever get to be out there, I'm going to definitely look you up.
Yes.
I'm going to do a James Lipton now, too. Do you know James Lipton from the...
Oh, sure.
So, Gregg, what is your favorite curse word?
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know if this is a curse word, but douchebag.
That's a good one.
I love douchebag.
That could be used a lot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And you got to say it the right way. Douchebag.
What's your favorite sound?
A dog barking.
That's odd, Gregg. You do like in your ear, kind of barking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not like in my ear, but just I love dogs. I love hearing a dog barking.
Aw, like a friendly bark. I have to pay attention because I don't know. I like the sound of gravel. Gravel. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Is my mom's lasagna.
Oh, lasagna. Where does she live?
Maron.
Where is Maron? Give me some sauce. Give me some gravy. Yay. Gravy or sauce, Gregg? Gravy or sauce?
It's sauce.
We say both. We say gravy. Gravy at the grandmother's, sauce at home. Okay.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. Now pay attention. What is your favorite position?
My favorite position?
Yeah. Think about it. You want me to give you my example?
All right.
Okay, my favorite position is leaning. I like to lean at the bank or
You're
at
a leaner.
the cash register. Or I'm a leaner.
Okay.
That's my favorite position.
I would say my favorite position is sitting.
Oh, that's different, Gregg.
Yeah. I know it's very controversial, right?
That's
I'm
very
edgy.
controversial.
I'm very edgy.
Very edgy. Do you have any hobbies, Gregg?
Nah.
Okay. Can you give me a Robert De Niro?
What do you want me to do? You want talking to me, Millie?
I'm talking to you.
Talking to me? I gotta get like a wig, a toupee, and a little birthmark.
Why don't you just get a hat? Get a hat. Hat's better.
I could do a hat.
Hat. He always wears those G-Men hats.
Okay, yeah, that's a thought. I could do that.
Yeah. And very good. I like that. Hey. And yeah, that's fabulous. That's the president. He's finally calling me.
Yeah, of course.
He's not talking to anybody else, but he's talking to me. And I cannot believe this is going up. That's beautiful. Okay, well, it was probably the IRS because that seems to be the one who calls me. All right. So, do you get phone calls from the IRS, Social Security office?
I get a lot of phone calls for health plans and for car warranties.
Do you think they're on the up and up?
I don't know, but they call me. The health plans ones will sometimes call me 5 times a day.
Oh, that's bad.
I mean, it's horrible. And all I do is I hit block, so they'll never call from the number again. They just call from another number. They just keep calling.
That's terrible. I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate them. That's who that was just now, who just wrecked everything. So, all right, and before you go, can you give me the baboon mating call you do? I hear that's famous.
Famous. I saw it on Animal Planet one time. The baboon just goes, and that's it. He lets her know.
Do it again. Do more. I like it.
What's that?
Do it again. I like it.
That's it, Millie. You like it?
That was beautiful. Thank you. Gregg Vaccariello, thank you. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Anyone wants to see him? Jokesters, Laugh Factory. Go to his Facebook page, Twitter. Anywhere else you want to tell them to see you?
GreggVac.com. They can go to that.
There you go. Gregg, have a wonderful holiday, and you keep on going. You keep trucking.
Thanks, Millie.
This is Welcome Back to America, and stay tuned. You'll be able to see a 5-minute clip from Gregg. Bye. Madonna mia.
No.
I hope he edits it together.
Oh, okay. Maybe we can do that. Yeah.
No, he's not going to do that. That's a lot of work. Gregg, thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Millie.
You're so funny, and I wish you all the luck. And I think that it will. Your what is that? The train, the boat, whatever's going to be coming in for you. They're going to come and get you. And
I hope so, Millie.
I think so.
Thank you.
You take care, okay? Let's stay in touch.
Okay. I appreciate you having me, Millie.
Oh, thank you for coming. I appreciate you saying yes.
My pleasure.
So now I'll let you know this should be on this Monday coming up at 10.
Okay.
And whatchamacallit, definitely try to send a clip. It would be great. Just pick whatever whatever you want to show. You want to show stand up? You want to show one of your pieces of your movie?
Okay. Where would I send it? Just to
you can send it to Dan.
Yeah.
You're friends with him on Facebook?
I believe so. Let's see. I'll find out right now.
It's under DB. Douchebag.
Yeah.
Dan, if you can hear that, it's okay.
Let me see here. Whoa.
It still says recording. How come?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome Back to America with DB Frick. That's me. I have a very funny man who's been in the comedy business for over 40 years now. A very well-known comedian named Richie Minervini suggested I speak to this man because he's so funny. And a couple of people have told me what a great guy you are over the last couple of days as I tried to look into you a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, comedian John Josephs.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's
There's
John
no
Joseph. John
That's
Joseph.
all right. Nobody introduces me properly.
No, me neither. Nobody's ever introduced me properly. But I understand. John Josephs, you've been a comedian for 40 years. Is that right?
Almost. About 35. I started in 85. First got paid in 86.
1985. So you were there sort of during a piece of the comedy boom. That was...
Yeah, I came tail end.
Yeah. I've recently watched those documentaries about the Comedy Store. I don't know if you watched those. They were on Showtime. It's a 5-part documentary about Mitzi pulling together the Comedy Store. Have you ever been to the Comedy Store? You ever do any LA work?
Yeah. Years ago, I played the store a couple of times. I didn't get along great with Mitzi or Paulie.
Okay.
And I got along really good with Bud. And they used to have a thing, if you played the Improv in LA, don't play the store. Plus, I did a lot of the evening at the Improv, so I ended up at the Improv.
Being in that circle is being part of comedy history. So that's really a very cool thing to someone like me who loves comedy history. When was the first time you got on stage? What made you want to be a comedian? What made you want to do this for a living?
Lack of any other talents, first of all. Second of all, I was a singer. I was a singer and musician for years, playing in bars. I never got like big record deals or anything. I was just a bar singer. But I never had enough material. So I used to make up songs about people in the bar. Like I'd look at a guy at the counter, what's your name? Ted. You married? Yeah. All of a sudden just do a song that I used to call a bullshit song. And I'd make up a song about Ted, and they'd all go crazy. But I did that because I never had enough material. Fast forward to a restaurant called the Clubhouse, a steakhouse. And I used to play at the piano bar there around 1985. And across the street, literally across the street, was a place called East Side Comedy Club, owned by Richie Minervini. And Richie used to come over once in a while to the piano bar and watch me just make up these songs about people, and he got a kick out of it. One day he just asked me to go across the street and open up for somebody. I think it was Robert Klein, some big act, because the opening act didn't show up. I said, listen, I don't know anything about comedy. So what do you want me to do? He goes, just make up those songs, make up those songs. I said, all right. I mean, he gave me $75 to do 15 minutes. I was making $150 to do 4 hours. So I said, yeah, this is great. So I would literally take a break at the Clubhouse, grab my guitar, run across the street, set my guitar against the wall. And like an idiot, because I was in a comedy club, I figure I should like do jokes or something, but I didn't know how to tell jokes. So I did impersonations of John Wayne singing Led Zeppelin, Richard Nixon doing Black Sabbath. I mean, the worst stuff in the world. I mean, you could hear a pin drop. It was so horrible. But then at the end of my 12 minutes or whatever it was, I would make up a song about the audience and they would all applaud and go crazy. And that's how it started. That's basically how it started. Richie dragging me into this stuff. And then, nobody knew who I was. So all the one-nighters that opened up and all the clubs that started opening, they all knew Richie. So Richie would convince somebody, like at the comic strip in Fort Lauderdale, he would convince Joe, who ran the place, listen, I'll do the show, but you got to bring this friend of mine. He's got to do a set. He's great. He's blah, blah, blah. Richie was my greatest publicist in the world. So he would brainwash these people into getting me, but I was horrible. I was just
okay. That's interesting that it would happen that way. That you sort of feel like you were just terrible at it for so long. When did you feel like you were finally good at it?
About 3 weeks ago.
Okay, during the pandemic. That's great. Would you remember?
No, it literally took me. I think it took me 2 years, and that second year, I played every night. I mean, 6-7 nights a week at the comic strip.
That's the only way to get good. That's the only way to get good. You got to do it every night.
But when I was doing that in '86, Lucian, the guy who owned the comic strip in New York City, he would put me up in between like Seinfeld, Chris Rock was emceeing, Dennis Wolfberg, Larry Miller. all these guys that were just starting to break as headliners and doing Letterman and Carson and whatever. And then this schmuck with a guitar would get on stage, and I would save the guitar for the end because I knew I could get laughs with the bullshit song. And I would try to do stand-up, but again, you could hear a pin drop. And then one day, Robert Klein's manager, Rory Rosegarden, who manages Ray Romano and Brian Regan, who's an absolute sweetheart, one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet. That was his home club. That was Rory's home club. And one night, Rory said to me, listen, you know, you have great stage presence, but you have no act whatsoever. And I said, yeah, because I don't know anything about comedy. You know, Minervini's the one to drag me into this. Now I'm addicted and I'm not sure which direction to go. And Rory gave me the best thing ever. He said, go home and write 5 minutes of what you know, all the truth. Don't write jokes. Don't make up anything. Write about yourself, have a point of view, and write the truth. And I went home, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up and I go, Jesus, what am I going to write about? I said, the only thing I've ever done is music. Music is my life. And that was the first thing I wrote, was music is my life. I think you know that. And then I would do a thing by like the Police. I say, music is my life. I think you know that. But my songs are never on the radio because I'm not a genius. I can't write words like, oh, hold on. Emily, are you here? Emily!
Sorry.
Shitty producer.
Your assistant is gone. Your assistant is gone.
Shitty producer.
She's probably
Danielle,
promoting you. She's promoting you somewhere. She's.
Can I have my guitar? It's in the case.
As she's getting the guitar, let me ask you a couple of questions that are a little off. If you were on the run and had to, and you were on the run from the law, and you had money that you had to hide, where would you hide it?
If I was on the run from the law and I had money to hide, where would I hide it? Thank you, sweetheart. I could probably hide it in the hole of this guitar because that's about how much I'd have.
Very good, very good. Would that change the tone of the guitar if you had a bunch of money in it? Would it change the sound of it?
If I had a bunch of money, yeah, it would change the sound, but I would have enough that the sound would never change.
Okay, all right, fair enough. And you just had Allison get your guitar? You have your assistant just fetch your guitar?
No. That was my older daughter, Danielle.
Okay.
And my younger daughter, Emily.
Emily.
They're both producers, but, you know, what can I tell you? They're my daughters. They have things to do. They have a life.
Yeah, I understand. And you have so many Zoom interviews. What were you going to play on the guitar? You had something coming up?
I was just going to say that the first thing I ever did, I mean, literally, the first thing I ever did as a joke, shocking my career went anywhere after this, was I said, music is my life. I think you know that. My songs are never on the radio because I don't write words like Sting from the Police. Do, 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 da, da, da. That's all I want to say to you. Well, Goonie fucking Google. That was the first thing I ever wrote. It got a laugh. Of course, I said, fuck. It was not a funny joke. There was nothing funny about it. But it started my point of view that I wrote around music is my life. And that got me basically started with a direction until I learned actually how to do stand-up and tell jokes. And now it's just a question of telling the truth with everything. I'll give you an example. I bought these glasses. Do you know why I bought these glasses? To find these glasses. But that's what happens when you get older. The material changes.
Yeah, no, that's great. I like that joke.
So that was it.
I want to get back to where you'd hide the money.
In the guitar?
Right. No. If you had one superhero power, what would that superhero power be?
Invisible.
You want to be invisible. What would you do? What would you try to do? Or would you rather not talk about it? Maybe you don't want to get me too'd.
I just want to be invisible so nobody can see me. I don't have to talk to anybody.
Oh.
Except when I'm on stage. When I'm on stage, I have control. Off stage, I have no control.
Interesting. That could make an interesting short story about someone, a comedian who only exists on stage and doesn't exist off stage. That's
But that's the truth for most comedians. That's the truth for most actors and actresses.
Sure.
They exist on stage. Off stage, they're having a hard time figuring out who they really are. You know.
Yes, it's hard to be honest on stage. You have to be a certain amount of vulnerable to be honest on stage. It's hard to
Yeah.
be that person.
And you're also, I don't believe anybody on stage, no matter what they're doing as a performing, is who they really are. I think it's different parts of who they want to be, who they're afraid to be. You know, it's a connection. I mean, you can ask any actor, actress, or comedian who they think they are on stage, and whatever they think they are is probably not what they really are. It's not what the audience is.
Sure, it's being very unaware, unself-aware, not self-aware, however one might say that.
Yeah, well, that's a new word, unself-aware.
Unself-aware. You have you're doing a show tonight. You said you have a show you're doing online tonight, right?
I'm doing a Zoom show. So I sent out posters some days ago that, of course, my daughter made. And you know, I have a huge following, so I'm hoping that 3 of those 4 people show up tonight and I have someone to play to.
You know? Yeah, no, that'll be great. I truly, I believe you do. I believe that there will be people there. If you build it, they will come. I just made that up. So I appreciate you coming down today, all the way down to wherever the blue tarp is. That could be anything. I could be anywhere. You could turn this, and it could be a London dungeon. Who knows?
Absolutely.
But thanks.
I'm in my studio in Emily. Where are we? we're in Hollywood, California.
That's a great answer. That's the best answer.
The Warner Brothers lot.
Yeah, we're waiting to get on set for a movie.
I'm just waiting for Kevin James to come downstairs. He's in makeup.
Before we go, I almost forgot. I want to hear from you about where you see comedy going in coming years. Have you thought about that at all?
Well, right now I'm trying to get to Tuesday. You know, because most of us comics, aside from internet stuff, haven't really done live shows since March. And the last show I did was at Brad Garrett's club at the MGM in Las Vegas. And that's when this whole virus thing was just starting and nobody was really sure of anything. And I was on stage literally making fun of the virus, going, oh, what are we afraid about? Blah, 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 blah. And now it's the worst thing that ever happened on the earth.
Yeah, it's bad.
You know, it's horrible. So where do I see comedy going? Listen, I just hope it goes again. You know, I'd like to see a couple of the vaccines work. I'd like to see a lot of people taking it. And then hopefully by spring, you know, by April or May.
You do a lot of cruises? I assume you were on a lot of cruises with Richie. You did a lot.
Yeah, I did a lot of cruises because, you know, comics go where the money is.
Yeah.
And clubs were the ones with the money. And then when they started setting up free tickets and everything, they weren't the ones with the money, unless you were Gaffigan or Reagan or somebody that's selling out stadiums, you know. But the typical unnational comedian. But it's funny, I say unnational, but for the last 20 years, I've literally had very few weeks at home, you know? So knock on wood, I got to work all the time. And whether it was in clubs or ships or theaters or whatever, I got lucky because I got to work with a lot of big names. So you get to play places you would never play.
Right. Do you have a biggest audience? Do you remember what the largest audience you ever played for might have been? Yeah,
I remember the largest audience, but it was one of the unhighlights of my career. It was about 90,000 people, almost 100,000 people. And it was a Beach Boys concert. And it was at Waterloo. It was called the Waterloo Festival somewhere in Jersey. This huge 500-acre park. And literally the hill just went like that. So thousands and thousands. I mean, as far as the eye could see, there was people. And I remember walking on stage and the first words out of my mouth was, holy shit, there's a lot of you. Very professional.
Yeah, wow.
You know, but I had done concerts for 10,000, 12,000, 14,000. Right. I toured with Julio Iglesias for 10 years. So we got to play a lot of big stadiums and things like this. But when you're playing in front of 100,000 people,
it's huge.
It's kind of, and it was daytime. It was an afternoon thing. And everybody, I guess at these Beach Boy concerts, everybody would have beach balls and throw them around. And so not the most fun thing I ever did, but with a lot of people, it was fun.
Well, I appreciate you talking today. It's been a great conversation. I hope we meet again and get to chat more in coming years and see each other in comedy circuits. I appreciate the time that you made. We're welcome back to America. This is John Joseph. I'm DB Frick, and I will see you after these messages.